Hey guys, Steve here from Bloom Audio. Campfire Audio is always trying to reach new heights of innovation with their earphone designs, resulting in some great hits for the company. The new 3-dynamic driver limited edition Trifecta continues to push against those limits. But does the seemingly divinely inspired Trifecta fly a little too close to the sun? If you've seen Trifecta on display at an audio show or checked out any of the marketing, you might have noticed a sort of heavenly vibe to it. Combine that with some numerology, 3 drivers, 333 units, $3,375 price point, you might see some of a pattern here. So is this just a cool gimmick with a fun design, or is Trifecta truly an IEM for the ages? Let's take a closer look. Trifecta has a truly unique and stunning look with a transparent shell that gives you a good look at the inner workings. Now, the cable is the same as what we got recently on the Pathfinder. It's this silver-plated copper, and it's a flat wound design. So as you can see, it's like 4 cores that are running in parallel rather than wrapped up in like a Litz or something like that. So it is actually pretty nice looking, and it can be pretty easy to manage compared to a lot of other similar cables. And the IEM is going to come with 3. So I've got it here in 4.4, but I'll come with 3 full cables, 4.4, 2.5, and 3.5. And we don't have the full retail package here, but we've been told it will come with case, tips, the normal Campfire stuff, pouch, as well as some surprises for those who manage to secure one. So yeah, just an absolutely stunning IEM. Looks like it's going to come with a really incredible package as well. Knowing that you've got 3 dynamic drivers going, you probably imagine that Trifecta is somewhat of a warm, bassy sort of sound. And you wouldn't be wrong, but there's a lot more to Trifecta than just some big, heavy bass. The key thing that makes Trifecta unique is the way it captures a very over-ear headphone-like presentation in an IEM. And this extends from things like the way the bass is presented to the soundstage and imaging as well. The bass itself is in a sort of pretty linear shelf that starts the slope up from the low mids and goes through the mid bass and deep into the sub bass with good extension there. Now it does come up into the mid bass, into the upper mids a little bit with what might be perceived as bleed, but it manages to do that without any kind of noticeable bloat in the mid. The mids deliver surprising detail, great layering, sort of a warm, neutral timbre. There's good texture into that mid-bass zone that gives that character to your bass instruments. And then as you go into the sort of mid-mids, you do get some recession there, as I think the overall shape is somewhat V-shaped. But then it comes back into the upper mids where you get a little pop that adds to the vocal presence and gives you a really pretty good feeling of intimacy with a lot of vocals as well. The treble doesn't stand out that much, but it's got those peaks in just the right places to give you, again, that sort of upper mid into treble vocal presence, a little bit of air in there as well, and a good sense of definition that lends to that strong sense of detail in the mids. Soundstage here is a big winner, and I think the overall presentation of the stereo image is one of the best qualities of Trifecta. And it's where you really start to see those over-ear headphone-like characteristics. With a lot of sort of flagship level IEMs, a lot of IEMs with great soundstage, there's a feeling of exaggeration in the soundstage and not necessarily a feeling of overall cohesion to the image. You get a really strong sense of positioning of different instruments, different voices in there, but it often, that sense of separation and definition is a little bit too strong. With Trifecta, again, you get a good sense of the placement of the image, but it has that more cohesive speaker-like feel in the way it all comes together. So you really get the best of both worlds in a lot of ways between the big cohesive feeling of over-ear headphones in terms of the soundstage and the image, but you do still get some of that very precise separation and imaging that you'd be used to from listening to flagship IEMs. Regrettably, if you're watching this video, you haven't already secured a pre-order, probably going to have a hard time getting one. The combination of the hype and the limited quantities means most retailers sold out pretty fast. Now, if you're an IEM fan and you get a chance to hear this, whether at an audio show, secondhand, or anything else, I definitely recommend checking this out. This is one of those rare situations where the hype and the marketing are all dead on, and Trifecta's sound really is positively divine. Thanks for watching. You can check out Trifecta and a lot of other great products at bloomaudio.com. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll be back soon with more hi-fi personal audio content.